As teams start to get booted from the NHL playoffs, including my Toronto Maple Leafs, we start to look at where our brackets and simulations went wrong, because mine's busted. As for EA Sports, they've run a couple of simulations that we've covered on this very show. There was a full season simulation that had the Colorado Avalanche winning the Cup. Then there was a playoff simulation that had the Boston Bruins winning the Cup. And just when you think it's over, there's a new simulation that has Lucas Avs falling short. This time, EA Sports simulated all the second round matchups in full on NHL 21. We'll hone in on two of the matchups. First off, Vegas and Colorado. The second round sim resulted in the Golden Knights winning the series in 6 games and advancing to the Final Four. Then there's the Bruins and Islanders, where the sim predicted that Boston would handle their business in 5 games. The most recent sims have been full of hate for Colorado. Which of the simulations do you have the most faith in? Or do you think they're all just bupkis? What is the point? What is the point of these? Getting your hopes up and then down again. As for me, I prefer predictions done in this style. This is just the start of an animal-heavy bar downloadable, so stick around. It's Sonic the Hedgehog's 30th anniversary, and Sega is going big to celebrate. During their first ever Sonic Central, Sega announced a long list of plans for their blue hedgehog. But hands down, the most exciting reveal of the Sonic Central came at the very end. And obviously, it's a brand new Sonic game. The reveal didn't give us much of anything, but that's where the leaks come in handy. According to several leaks, the game will be called Sonic Rangers, and it will be an open world experience that's inspired by Breath of the Wild. I hope these leaks are true, but we'll just have to wait and see. Either way, this new Sonic game is slated to come out in 2022. There's a ton of other noteworthy news that came from the announcement. There's some hilarious news like being able to dress up your athlete in the Olympic Games Tokyo video games as Sonic, and of course there's a bunch of re-releases of some of Sonic's most popular titles. Sonic Colors originally came out in 2010 and was met with great reviews. I played it, such a good time. It'll be updated and re-released as Sonic Colors Ultimate on September 7th. If you want to experience the original Sonic games again, you can pick up Sonic Origins. It comes with the first 3 Sonic the Hedgehog games as well as Sonic CD and Sonic & Knuckles. We've already seen the Sonic franchise expand past video games into movies, and now there's a new TV series headed to Netflix called Sonic Prime. If the Sonic Central announcement didn't get you fired up, then how about the quickly approaching E3? We're under 2 weeks away from absolutely massive game reveals, and we're finally getting some updates on the presentations. We don't know which games will be announced just yet, but we want to let you know which games we think might be. Ubisoft Forward will take place on the first day of E3. Expect some more news about Far Cry 6 and potentially some updated info on Assassin's Creed heading to VR. Xbox and Bethesda are doing a joint presentation which is apparently going to be 90 minutes long. Do you know how many game announcements you can do in an hour and a half? I'm sure it'll be breathtaking.
You're breathtaking! You're all breathtaking!
And some of that 90 minutes better be dedicated to Halo Infinite, am I right? Since it's also a joint announcement with Bethesda, does that mean a new follow-up game is on the horizon? And then there's Nintendo, who announced they'd have a 40-minute long presentation focused exclusively on Nintendo Switch software, most of which will release in 2021. And do I even have to say it at this point? Please give us an update on Breath of the Wild 2. I will not be satisfied with that presser if there's not an update on Breath of the Wild 2. I'm just gonna say this right now. It's been 2 years since the first look trailer was dropped at E3 2019. So is it June 15th yet? Let's go. As promised, the rest of the show is gonna be all about animals, and it starts with Far Cry 6. In Far Cry 5, we saw some incredibly lovable companions like Cheeseburger the bear and Peaches the mountain lion. As amazing as some of Far Cry's companions are, the animal sidekicks just hit different. Far Cry 6 is doubling down on the animal companions, and the game that isn't coming out till October has already showed off some of your potential furry friends. The first might be maybe the most adorable thing we've ever seen. Chorizo the wiener dog won't be very useful when it comes to massive fights, but when you're trying to be stealthy, who wouldn't be distracted by this insanely cute puppy? For those moments where you want something a little more vicious, there's Guapo the crocodile, who was the pet of an ex-KGB spy. And yes, he is wearing a shirt. They just seem more trustworthy in shirts, you know? There will be a time and a place to use each of these pets, and there should be other animal companions announced as we get closer to the game's release date. If you've been watching this show for a while, you know we love simulator-style games. They might not be as deep as Breath of the Wild, but sometimes they're just mindless fun, okay? This next simulation game we're going to talk about comes from the devs of Surgeon Simulator and I Am Bread, 2 absolute classics of this genre. Introducing I Am Fish. It's kind of like Finding Nemo the game. The goal is to get from the fish tank to the ocean in whatever way possible. And to add different layers to the game, there are 4 different fish that you can play as. There's your classic goldfish, but there's also a pufferfish, piranha, and flying fish. One word to describe this game's trailer? Yes. And I don't even like the ocean. I would never want to go there. That's it for this week. We'll be back next week with all the gaming news you need to know. We'll see you next time.